Welcome back, SurfNav. This is still Walt a SurfNav instructor, and this is our last video of our ETA problem from our op box off the coast of Hawaii, transiting to Vladivostok, Russia. In our last video, we determined that we will arrive in Vladivostok at 1326.7 GMT on 20 November 2023. For this video, we're going to be converting that arrival GMT to zone time. We'll do that by finding the zone description that Vladivostok keeps, its civil time. We'll apply that to the GMT of arrival, and that way we'll figure out the time that we arrive in zone time in Vladivostok. So here we go. We know that we'll arrive in Vladivostok at 1326.7 GMT on 20 November 2023. Last step, we need to find the zone description of Vladivostok, the civil time that it's keeping, and then convert our GMT into the zone time of Vladivostok. Now this is different. In the first part of the video, we calculated our zone description based off our longitude because we were already out to sea. We were not in a port, we were not going to a port. In this case, we are going to a port. We need to make sure that the port authorities know which time we're going to be arriving in their own zone time. The pilot pickup, things like that, those have to be in zone time, not in the time zone that we're keeping or GMT. So we need to go into the pub and we need to figure out what civil time Vladivostok keeps. As a reminder, like we learned in SurfNav, for coast pilots, if you just look up zone description, you probably won't find anything. The terminology that they use is standard time. And you also need to figure out whether or not they're using daylight savings time. That will also be in the coast pilot. If you're going anywhere overseas, you'll be looking in sailing directions. And not just any sailing directions, make sure you're looking in the planning guides. Those are pubs 120, 140, 160, 180, and 200. For Russia, we're going to go take a look at pub 120. This is the planning guide for the Pacific Ocean and Southeast Asia. So this is the Pacific coast of Russia that we're looking for. We'll go find Russia in the pub, and it gives us this blurb. Time zone. Russia is covered by multiple time zones. That's because it's a very large country. The boundaries between the zones are irregular. The principal towns in each zone are listed in the appendix in the table titled Russia Time Zones. Daylight savings time is not observed. Well, that's good to know. We don't need to do any corrections for daylight savings. Great. Let's go take a look at that appendix. There we go. So the appendix breaks Russia up into 11 zones. Now those are not time zones. They just call those zones. The time zones we're looking for are called standard time, and we see that all of these zone descriptions are Bravo -2, Charlie -3, Delta -4, and those are based off of the principal towns, as they said: Kaliningrad, Moscow, Iveshk, Perm, all of those. We need to find Vladivostok, so we keep going down. Oh look, here's Vladivostok, and they follow Kilo as the standard time. So that is the zone description that we're going to use for Vladivostok. That is their civil time. ZT-10, also known as Kilo. Just so I don't forget, I'm going to put that up here as ZT-10. Now it's time to apply our zone description. We remember from our ditty that we're going from Z, Zulu, to L, local time. So our ditty is Z to L, reverse the spell. That means we're going to take this zone description up here, and instead of just subtracting 10, we're going to reverse that spell to a plus. We're going to add 10 hours to GMT to get to zone time. So that's going to look like this. We're going to add 10 hours and 0 minutes over here. We'll do some math. Again, I always like to start with the smallest units first, so let's do minutes. 26.7 minutes plus 0 minutes is 26.7. Now we'll do our hours. We'll take 13 hours, we'll add it to 10 hours, and we get 23. So we will arrive at 23:26, and this is zone time, ZT-10, on 20 November 2023. Luckily, this did not carry over into the next day, so we don't have any days to add over here. For this zone time, you could either put zone time, ZT, or you could put the zone descriptor, which is ZT-10, or since we know the alphabetic designator of the time zone is Kilo, you could also put Kilo. Any of those are acceptable. Now when it comes to rounding, we recommend at SurfNav that you do not round until you get to the end. So you can call this 23:26.7 zone time. If you wanted to, you could round it to 23:27 zone time. That's up to you. Our tolerance is plus or minus 15 minutes. The reason we recommend not round until the end is there's quite a few steps in here. If you round at every step, you might round yourself out of tolerance. And there's our final answer. So we will arrive at 23:26.7 zone time on 20 November 2023 in Vladivostok. As a reminder, our tolerance is plus or minus 15 minutes. Thanks for watching this video. We appreciate your time, and if you have any questions about any of the math we did or any of the methods we used, please feel free to bring it into SurfNav and ask any instructor how he did it. You're going to be doing an awful lot of ETA problems on your ship when you're NAVs and ANAVs, and we want to help you as much as possible to master these skills here so you show up not only able to do these problems, but teach it to your watch standers as well. Thanks again. This is Walt for SurfNav, and we'll see you in class.